Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we will see how to create a CI/CD pipeline in GitLab. We will see one demo, small demo using .NET Core and CI/CD in one flow. So let's begin. So in last demo, we have seen what is CI/CD by using GitLab. Okay, so this is the flow of GitLab CI. So in this we have repo where we are putting our code, and then we are creating our CI pipeline which contains build, restore, test, and other steps sonar cube scan or security scans. And after that, once the CI phase is completed, then we move to CD phase, okay, where we are doing review, we are deploying it on different environments, doing the testing, and finally if everything is okay, we move to production. So this is one flow, and this is how it looks once our pipeline in the GitLab executed successfully. So we can see the build. So this build, which is mentioned at the top, it is a stage. A stage can contains multiple jobs. Okay, so here we can see it is only one job is there built, but see this, this is the next stage, like test stage. So in the test stage we can have multiple jobs: test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. Similarly, we have deploy stage, which contains only one job, and then production. So here if you see this is not executing, this is pending, because here we need approval. Okay, so we don't want anything that we are building or building in a particular commit, it should not get directly deployed. Before that, we want to verify whether whatever build or commit we have done in the GitLab is actually working or not. So after proper regression and testing, we deploy it on production. So let's see, let's begin one small demo in GitLab using GitLab CI/CD. So this is GitLab UI. Okay, so this is our repo where we have kept one small application. Okay, so what is inside this application is not important. Right now we are learning how to create CI/CD pipeline. So just for understanding, let's consider this is one .NET application. Okay, and we are trying to deploy, build, and release and test all these phases we want to do on this application, which is SDLC, software development lifecycle, in DevOps and apply DevOps activities. Okay, so this is our repo, which is present, which we have kept inside .NET Core project. So we can see here inside the codes we have repository, and this is our repository code. Okay, now we are trying to build a CI/CD pipelines. For that, click on this build and then on pipelines. Okay, so here we will see our GitLab CI code. Okay, right now there is nothing, so we need to add gitlab-ci.yml file. To add that file, we can directly add that gitlab.ci.yml directly. We can checking the code into our repo, or other way is from here we can use a template, and the GitLab will provide pre-populated code for the particular template or particular code. So since we are using .NET so core, we can choose that directly from here. So here we have .NET, we can use this template, and then we can modify it as per our need. So let's choose this template, use template. So, okay, so after choosing that particular template provided by GitLab, you can see lot of comments are there how to use these. Okay, and it begins with some variable stages. So we will see all these things one by one in this particular demo. So this is pre-populated, lot of things are there, but consider we want to build it from scratch. Okay, and we don't want to use all this pre-populated code. Okay, so let's delete it. Let's start one by one. Okay, so before in our pipeline, this is now nothing is there. Okay, Okay, so before starting we have to give the image is like a Docker image that we are going to use, and that particular Docker image is going to be used in each stage and job. Okay, so for that purpose we need to give the image. Okay, so this is our image that we are going to use. Okay, so what happened when we are running our pipeline, each job is executed in isolated environment. Okay, and it use this image as a base on which like it check out our code, then do the operation that we have mentioned inside the job. Okay, so for that purpose we need this image. We are keeping it at the root level so that the same image can be used in all the jobs. Okay, but it is not necessary, we will see in coming coming code. Okay, after that we want to define some variables. Okay, so these are like these are like global variables that we want to use in all our stages or all our jobs. Okay, so for that like object directory, okay, nugget packages, okay, and source code path. So these variables we can define at job level also, same as like image, but since it is like same variables we want to use in multiple jobs, so to reduce the code and reuse the same variables, we are keeping it at the root level. Okay, and after that we can define other things like before script. Okay, so what is before script? So before script, again, like it is if we are defining at the root level, not inside a particular stage or job, then it is like applicable to all the jobs. Okay, so since if you don't want to like use this at the root level, then what will happen, like we need to define before script in each jobs. Okay, so we don't want to do that, so that's why we are keeping it at the root level. After that we will start with the build stage, like we will define the okay, so this is our first job. Okay, this is like a build job. Okay, and we are defining the stage. So this build job will come under the stage which has name build. Okay, so inside that we want to do some operation. So this is very simple, guys, like nothing too like very complicated. So this is again like a script. Okay, so this script is a like operation that is going to happen in this job. Okay, so job name is build. Inside that we want to do this operation. Okay, apart from this operation, since I mentioned like before script will also run, because we have defined this at the root level. Okay, so because of that, like whatever you will define here will also execute. Okay, so before this script, this thing will execute, and after that like build will happen. So what we are doing here, we are doing like .NET restore. So it will restore all the packages that we required in our during our build process, and after that it will execute .NET build. But suppose like you want this particular operation only in a particular job. So in that case you can define this like this also. You can cut from here and directly at the job level also you can define. There is not any necessary like to define it at a root level. But it is a good practice if same code is repeating again and again in multiple jobs, then in that case you it is a best practice to define once at the global level. So this is a build. Now after build we want to do the testing. Okay, so again like same operation, we have to give the job name first and then the stage name. So let's define. So this is a YAML, guys. Like if you know YAML, it will be very easy for you to like create this pipeline. So this is our job name and this is our stage name. Okay, after that in this stage we want to do some operation. So that operation is nothing but testing. Okay, so how we will define that? So like this, stage is test, and then we are running the script. Again this particular like before script automatically will come here because we have defined it at root level. So it will restore, and after that it will do the testing. Apart from that, like all these variables will also be the part of this particular job. Okay, but if you want to add additional variables, that is also possible. You can add like additional variables, and you can give the name. In this format. So what will happen? It will merge like all these variables plus this variable. So we will have this many variables. If you want to like display the value of this, you can again like write code here. So guys, like this is running in Linux like container. So make sure like you whatever you are writing, it is a Linux compatible code. Okay, there are ways to run in like Windows runner also. So we are using runner. Runner is a host machine where we all these operations are executing. Okay, on top of that runner we are using this image. Okay, so inside this Docker image our code will run, but that Docker image will run on Linux machine. So basically all this code is going to execute on Linux machine. So we need to make sure like where we are executing. If we are using Linux, then everything should be bash or shell compatible code. If we are running on Windows machine, then we have option of using PowerShell or CMD as per configuration. So this is our like first stage containing one job. This is our second job in test stage, and this is like the code which is going to execute. Okay, and after that we want to deploy the code. Okay, so let's see what will be the code. So you can deploy code in on cloud or on-prem machine or anywhere like where you want to deploy the particular code. For this like demo purpose, we are assuming like we are deploying in some like a container or some AKS or Kubernetes or somewhere. Okay, so that is not necessary right now. We are assuming like it is going to deploy. So we will write the code and it will deploy that particular. Okay, so let's use this syntax. Okay, so here you can write code like you can use Boto3 or you can use any other deployment code using like AG-CLI or AWS CLI, anything you want to use. Okay, so this is our deploy stage, and this is our deploy. So there is a way like we can change our stage name also. If you want to give some other names, you can do that also. Like it is also possible, like stages you can mention, and you can mention like stage instead of build. Like consider you want to give some other name, like a build is not what you are looking like. Take example, you want to give name as prepare. Okay, so you have to just change this with sorry guys, like this, and you can give like any number of like stages that you are going to use in your pipeline, CI pipeline. Okay, so instead of test you want to do like check. Okay, that is also possible. Consider like you are giving like stage name like this. It is as per your need or company standard. Okay, and this is not like universal that we have to use this stage name only. You can use anything that deploy to dev, and you can use this name here, stage name. Okay, so we have like 3 jobs which are present in different stages, and inside the same stage we can have like multiple jobs also. That is also possible. So there is there is no such thing like you have to create one job in one stage. Okay, so we can have like multiple. Take example, this is a deploy dev. Now you want to deploy on QA after this. Okay, so that is also possible. You can give like deploy to QA, then deploy to consider like stage name is deploy to QA, and this will be like deploy to day, and then we want to deploy on production. This is not very complex, guys. If you create one pipeline yourself, then you will be able to understand like what is going on. But it is very easy. If you have experience on any other tools like Azure DevOps or GitHub, then it is you can relate this with those tools also. So QA should. So this is very important, like how you are like defining this thing. Otherwise, like it will. Order is important. If you are creating jobs inside a particular stage. Okay, so we have dev, QA, and prod. Okay, now if you see here, like we have defined like deploy dev as a stage name, QA as a stage name, and prod. So we need like these stages also present in our stages. Otherwise, we will get error saying like this particular stage is not present. So that's why it is very important. This order is very important in stages. If you like put check before like prepare, then check will run before this particular stage. Okay, so this order is important. GitLab run all your stages in this order. So keep this in mind. Then we are saving. And after it saves, it is saying something like a file with this name already exists. Okay, so why it is so let's see whether like file is already exist. If we go in our code repository, leave, let's see. Yes, file is already existing, but it is empty. Let's paste our code whichever we have written and edit in pipeline editor. Okay, let's click on that. Okay, let's paste code and then commit. Okay, once you commit, the pipeline will start executing automatically. Okay, and you want to see the execution, just click on pipelines. And you can see these are different stages. Let's click on this. This is showing us the status, different stages it is showing. You can hover over this and see like what is going on, which are these stages. Okay, and if you want to stop, you can cancel from here. You can download the artifacts if any artifact you are publishing, and you can run also like new pipeline if you want to run. Just click on run, select the branch, and it will start executing on that particular branch. So it is showing running. Let's click on this. Once you click on that, so you will see the flow. Okay, what is going on. So as I mentioned, like stage like order is very important. The order in which you place like stage name, it will execute in that. So first one is like prepare, then check. Now it is running these two in parallel. Okay, deploy dev, deploy and deploy dev, then deploy QA and deploy prod. Okay, so the order is very important. Okay, here as I mentioned you, like if we have like multiple jobs in a particular like stage, then those job will be part of that particular stage and run parallelly or sequentially. We will see like later like how we can. Right now like we have not defined the dependency that this should start after this. Okay, so that's like both are executing parallelly. So sometime we need in a particular stage to run jobs parallelly. So this is one example of that. But it is very easy like how we can make sure like a deploy dev will run after successful execution of a deploy. Okay, and we can see. If you want to see the logs, you can click on this. Okay, click on a particular job and you will see like what happens. Okay, what is the output of that particular job execution? You can see like it is able to execute, and this is the image. Like if you are remember, like we have given the image name at the top at the global level. So this image is used to execute our code. Okay, and this image contain the tools or like SDK. Since we are running .NET, so we need like .NET SDK. So we have to choose the image which is like helpful, or which will help our code to execute. Okay, if you are using .NET and your code like in your repo or your project contain Java, so it is of no use. Okay, so you have to choose this very carefully, like whatever you are running in your code, that particular tools whatever is required is present inside this particular image. So this is very very important to remember. And you can see like it execute. If you want to like from where like this image is coming, this image like this Docker image is coming from Docker Hub. Okay, right now because we have not defined any container registry. If you want to get this image from our own repository, then you have to give the path of that, and also like authentication. So that is an advanced concept, like we will see later. Like this is like very basic like pipeline we want to see. So that's why on Docker Hub you can go and search for a particular image that you want. Okay, so you can see like it is a successful. You can check the logs, you can see like what happened in particular particular script. Okay, so as I mentioned, like before script will run first. Okay, so this is like .NET restore, and after that it is doing the build. So let's see if our pipeline is successful or not. It is still running. After QA it is doing deployment on prod. So this is how it will look. You can check the like jobs, all the jobs. You can come here, check, like you can see like how much time it took to complete this particular job. You can see like timing also, like how much time it is taking, and you can then refactor or make it fast, improve its performance. All those things are possible. If you are like in a particular test, you are publishing some test artifacts or test results that will come automatically inside test. Okay, so all those things are possible. GitLab is providing a lot of like features, and we can explore a lot in coming demos. So this is basic pipeline, but in future like we will see like how we can do like manual deploy, how we can make one job depend on other like dependency. Okay, and all other things. Like thank you guys for watching my video. Please subscribe and like my video. Thank you.